This will be the upset of the whole playoffs.
Put money on it. Money on it.
I'll put my money on Bet US, not give it to him.
All right.
A trusted source.
Welcome back to Check the Stats, your weekly sports podcast. I am Hamza, along with Harry,
Yo.
T-Rain,
What's good?
and Taj.
Yo.
And the playoffs is upon us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Finally.
Indeed,
And,
they are.
Well, the first matchup that we're going to talk about, probably the biggest underdogs right now, it's Dolphins against Bills. I feel like this game is probably wrapped and done.
Yeah.
The unfortunate injury of
If
Tua.
Tua was playing, I think we could have a debate. But
I think the Bills would have still won, but without Tua,
Yeah,
there's
no,
no chance.
I probably still would have picked the Bills, but it wouldn't have been easy.
Mm-mm.
It would have been way more of a
gritty game.
dogfight because we know every game Tua has started and finished this year. The Dolphins are a very, very good team. So, sucks that he's out. Hope he recovers fine. But I still wish Tua was playing, man. I don't know. 'Cause
Dude,
But
it
he's a
sucks.
fun player
the
to
Bills,
watch.
the Bills this year have been terrible when they're playing against a team that has like a certified number one receiver. Like I think the Bills would have struggled against Tyreek Hill, just like they always struggle against Jamar. They struggle against Justin Jefferson.
I think it sucks for the Dolphins, man. Like Dolphins and Lions are the teams you can like just root for. Like you don't have like any dislike towards them. And if I wanted them to be healthy so they can actually try, but
I feel like we're always writing off the Dolphins like they don't have a chance.
no, they
They're gonna
don't.
come back and just win.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But like,
Come on, like it's Josh Allen.
come on, yeah.
It's Josh Allen. These past few games at the end of the season, the Bills got the run game a little bit better. Like I know the main narrative around the Bills is that they have no run game, so they're predictable and that you can stop Josh Allen. If he throws 40 passes, you can stop them because that's it's predictable. But the Bills are the only team in the NFL to go over 100 yards rushing in every single game this season, which no one thought could happen, right? Because no one thinks of running game and Bills in like going together. So if the Bills can get a run game going, then this game might just be a blowout. It won't even be a close game if the Bills can keep the running game going.
Dolphins have probably the two best receivers right now.
Yeah, but they don't have a quarterback.
I know.
Who's going to throw the ball?
That's
to
a
them?
problem.
Skylar Thompson?
They're most likely to go to the running game in this matchup against the Bills. Who's rushing defense?
I don't
Okay.
think it's going to work.
Their rushing defense is okay, but
Josh Allen's really going to have the worst game of his career
Yeah.
for them to lose this game.
I feel like he might drop 300 yards on the Dolphins.
Yeah, he should easily. I mean, in his last two postseason games, which
Yeah.
I believe was against the Chiefs, and then last year.
I think it was last year.
No, it was against the Chiefs, right?
What?
Josh Allen's last two playoff games. One of them against the Chiefs.
I
So
think it was one.
he's averaging 385 yards, and he threw 9 touchdowns and no picks.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
His
He can
last
perform.
two playoff games,
there's
not playoff
yeah.
games. So we know what Josh Allen is capable of.
Yeah.
We know that.
When Tua was in, which was like the beginning or mid-December, they did play, and he put up like 230 yards. So it could be a close matchup if he was there, but at this point, who was their backup quarterback? What's his name?
Who? Dolphins?
Dolphins.
I mean, it's Teddy Bridgewater, but now it's
no,
Skylar
it's not.
Thompson.
He's injured.
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah. If he put up maybe a good game, if he can get it done right, maybe. And the the Buffalo Bills would have to have like a terrible game on.
I don't
offense.
see it happening.
Like a terrible game on offense, which is
their
not
line,
possible.
I don't
There
think their
no
line
way.
is
There
adequate
no
enough
way.
for a quarterback.
And
This
they put up 32
this is
points
a
last time.
playoff game. This is a playoff game, and the
Yeah.
Bills are favored by
Yeah.
13.
I told you,
Well, there
Josh
you go.
Allen put up 300 yards. against them.
13 in a playoff game against a division rival.
Yeah.
That's I don't. I think that's a first for me, but I've never seen that before.
But I feel like the load has to be less on Josh Allen in this
Has
matchup
to be.
because last time he put up like 300 passing yards and 77 yards rushing. That's like a lot of the work on him. And the Dolphins were also like answering back, putting up 29 points. So Stephon Diggs, I mean, yeah, he did put up 98 yards, but I think there should be more from like Singletary and all that rather than all on Josh Allen, especially if they're going to go long in this playoffs. They cannot overwork him at this point.
It's 100% true. I mean, that's
first round of playoffs, your quarterback needs to be healthy. Second round of playoffs, quarterback needs to be healthy. Then you can get banged up a little bit and then come back for Super Bowl. But
that's
you
why
cannot
That's why I think like we heard Gabe Davis's name to start the year off. Like Gabriel Davis is going to help a lot. But
Mhm.
what has he done? We haven't heard his name
Since the beginning of the
since the
season.
beginning of the season. So
Yeah.
that's why we're now seeing Cole Beasley is back. John Brown is back. Caught a touchdown last week.
Cole Beasley has been kind of
Cole Beasley and John Brown are
Cole
brought.
Beasley,
Cole
man,
Beasley's
he's-
always
he's a
been-
sturdy player.
They signed him back. They were not on the team. They
He's-
signed him back because they needed production.
He's always been that reliable
Yeah.
receiver,
Yeah.
like
And-
always.
And the Bills still don't have a second, like a proper second receiver, right? Like the Dolphins have Jalen Waddle that they know
Yeah.
that's their two. The Bills don't have a two. So that's why they signed Brown, they signed Beasley, they signed I forgot this guy's name. This guy's he wasn't even Jameson Crowder. You remember Jameson Crowder?
yeah,
He's on the Bills, but he's been injured.
he's been
So
injured.
that's why they haven't had that much help besides
He's
Diggs.
good receiver too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's why they're throwing to receivers so much recently. I mean, not to receivers. They're throwing to running backs a lot more recently.
Isaiah McKenzie, but he hasn't been all that.
Yeah, they have
he's
to.
questionable.
They don't have an amazing receiving core like the Bengals do. So
No.
Josh Allen definitely has to carry the load, but a lot more than people will want him to. But he's capable of it.
Oh, yeah.
I
But you
mean,
just can't.
It's-
You
it's
just
all
can't do
there.
it. You
Yeah.
just can't do it more often than not. You know,
Yeah.
he has to
Yo,
do it once in a while.
they've been on
especially
a
with the
7-game win streak. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing,
It's
yeah.
like
Good game plan. That's it.
yeah,
Running as much as you can. That's your best chance. All right. I think we're all gonna play the Bills. Not much of a debate about that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's move on to another division game. Kind of a, kind of a whatever game in my opinion, but big fan bases at least. So Seahawks versus 49ers.
I think it's gonna be an interesting match.
So yeah, what do you guys think is gonna happen? Seattle versus San Francisco.
I low-key want Seattle to pull an upset only because like Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
I just
getting
want it for
somewhere.
him. But it's not gonna. I don't see it happening. But
It's literally like in my eyes, it's impossible.
impossible. Like you think there's no chance.
I think there's no
Yeah.
chance.
They're not stopping CMC. They're
Because
not-
if the Seahawks were a little bit better, more talented, I'd be like, okay, there's a more chance. Because the Niners, since they lost to the Chiefs like halfway through the season, they've been the best team in football since that loss.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty much undefeated since then. Their second half defense is like among the best in the league. Brock Purdy is playing good. He's playing better every week. They just put up like 40 points last week.
Purdy's.
San Francisco is the number one defense. They've allowed the least points per game this season. They've only allowed 16 points. 16 points is what they've allowed.
Yeah.
Bro, every NFL team can score 25 points nowadays, and the Niners are only allowing 16.
49ers are second. Defense.
Going against Seattle, whose head coach is a defensive head coach, and the Niners already beat them twice this year. Like, I don't see anything pointing in the favor of the Seahawks.
I don't know, man. It's a divisional game, and it's playoffs. Anything happen. But no, I'm obviously gonna lean towards San Francisco.
Unless
but
like Purdy gets hurt, and like I don't even know who the backup would be. Who's it, Nick Mullins? Who's the backup to Purdy? I don't even know. That's the only way I can see the Seahawks winning is if some injuries happen to the Niners offense, because we know how good their offense
Or
is.
unless,
Debo, CMC.
unless
Ayuk.
Geno goes for 20 for
It's not
21,
happening.
436 yards,
Who,
three
who,
touchdowns.
Not against
Bet
the
US right there.
who do they just?
Come on,
Who'd they beat to? Who's the last game against?
Rams,
Rams. It took them overtime to beat Baker Mayfield and the Rams,
bro. But then
and a
they,
depleted Rams roster. Like
dude,
who's a receiver? Who's a
it
receiver?
happens, bro. It happens.
Who was a receiver? Who named one receiver on the Rams in the last game last week? That's who the Seahawks went to overtime to beat by a field goal to get into these playoffs.
But then you look
Which
at the last
Lions,
game.
the Lions should have got in. I
You
feel bad.
look-
I feel bad for Detroit, bro. Detroit did all
I know
that.
Detroit should
They
have won
kept
it,
the
bro.
Packers out, which I love and we predicted, but the Lions should have been in the spot instead of the Seahawks.
I wanted to see Lions, bro. But what I'm saying is Seattle. But then they blew out the Jets. It's just it
Bro,
happens,
the Jets
bro.
are not a good. Like
No, Jets are
amazing team.
like
They're not a
they're okay, man.
No,
Like you can't
no.
say they're not good. They're bad.
bro.
You can't say that.
They didn't blow them out the water. Like they beat them.
3-6.
They
That's
beat
kinda
them.
nice,
They
bro.
beat them. They beat them handily. But what they do last week?
But they still got the dub. Dub is a dub. Come on.
That's why I'm saying like I don't see the Seahawks having the firepower to keep up. Because even if they could keep up on offense, their defense is not stopping the Niners' offense. Their defense is pretty shit.
There's no way they're stopping.
They're very inexperienced. There are a lot of young talent, a lot of good young talent. Like they're gonna get a lot of experience from this game. You know, like the Legion of Boom when they had that. It took them a year or two to get to that kind of experience. But I think the Seattle team's too raw. They're a Cinderella story, though. Not my, you know,
a little too short.
not my favorite. You know, underdogs. Underdogs. I feel like it's not the underdogs' year for playoffs.
No.
So
The underdogs is probably the Dolphins.
Niners for me.
Niners for me too, man. They're top 10 in almost every aspect of the game, maybe except for passing, and we all know why because Jimmy G is out. They've had a few problems with that position.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of the best defensive teams, top 2.
Easily.
And they could be number.
Easily, they could
can
probably be the
they
best
can be
defensive
number.
team.
They could be number 1 in some nights.
They got Nick Bosa.
They got good
Game
red
changer.
zone, defense, good rushing defense.
They have the better coach.
It's just everything, man. Even their backup, fucking, what's his name, Elijah Mitchell.
He's solid as
He's
fuck.
solid as hell. He's just having MCL injuries.
I mean, the
throughout
Seahawks have
throughout the seasons, but like
They have Kenneth Walker, but I mean,
and
they have
bro,
CMC.
Kenneth
Other side is
Kenneth
CMC.
Walker against the 49ers in that game in December put up fucking 47 yards. That's it on 12 carries.
and he's a really good running
Yeah.
back.
And
That's-
also-
they held him down like that.
Yeah, and
They're legit, bro. I'm telling you.
DK and Lockett hasn't been all that.
Not at all.
I don't-
DK, what was the last thing you heard about DK this year?
I think Lockett's
he's been-
banged
he-
up.
he
I think
put up-
Lockett's banged up
He
too.
put up. They both put up like 1,000 yards, and like they're pretty average.
No,
on
they're good receivers
every night. Yeah, but like I don't
But-
think they have the power enough to like go
Yeah.
against like a defense like the fucking
Yeah,
49ers.
yeah, no,
It's impossible. Purdy has been nice too.
way too nice. Somehow.
It's
He's
insane.
playing out of his mind for a rookie.
And if he gets
But
locked
can you
up,
do that
or
in the
anything,
playoffs though? Like regular
I
season
mean,
is doable, but playoffs is a
he
completely different
hasn't
story.
Done anything like out of his
Yeah.
skill set. Like all he's doing is making the easy
Yeah.
throws, 10, 15, maybe 20-yard throws, and then hand it off.
yeah.
He's not throwing 50, 60-yard bombs like Mahomes or Allen or like
49ers have always done that. That's the
he's
thing.
not
Just
looking
play
he's not
every
looking
role.
for that. He's not
Every
looking
You
for
need
single-
that.
yeah,
That's
every
what
the
you
single-
need, especially
coaching
from
the
your backup.
coaching and the schemes are so good
Yeah.
and the defense is so good that your quarterback just has to be good enough not to lose.
Also,
Your quarterback doesn't have to be good enough to like beat everybody by himself.
49ers have had some great runners in the past few years.
Bro, their
Like,
run
have-
game
they've
their run
picked
game is
up-
unstoppable.
It's like
They
year
could-
after year.
They could pick me up and I could get 50 yards in their offense. Like I'm not even joking. They're lining.
Yeah.
They're like they're blocking. Their schemes
Yeah.
is there's no one better than
Also,
them.
they
There's
got
no one better than them. The
they-
Niners
yeah.
could literally win the Super Bowl this year.
They got McCaffrey, bro.
Their
He's
playbook
gonna
is
put up
insane.
100
They're
yards
literally-
probably.
they're
Kittle
literally-
is back.
Shanahan's
I think they're the best NFC team.
Who's gonna stop him?
So are you guys picking the Seahawks still, or did we convince you for the
No, no,
Niners?
no.
They do
I
have
was
a
always
few-
picking
who's you
49ers.
They do have a
The
few
same.
injuries
You
on the
you
line.
wanted the
That's all I'm
Seahawks to
gonna
win,
Yeah, but it's not
so
realistic.
we're all picking the Niners.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's pretty easy.
By the way, Purdy's backup is Josh Johnson.
say. Yeah, that's
See, that if Josh Johnson gets in the game, then maybe the Seahawks have a chance.
His season stats are 10 yards.
that's nice.
That's all I needed to hear.
That's solid.
That's all I needed to hear. All right, we can move on to the next game. This might be the best game of the weekend, depending how all the games go. This could be the best game.
Sure.
Jaguars and the Chargers.
Hmm.
Trevor Lawrence versus Justin Herbert.
Ooh.
Somehow, some way, the Chargers are the favorite in this game, even though they're playing at Jacksonville.
Must have injuries or something. Because
Look,
I'm
man.
thinking
No.
Jacksonville.
This
No,
is
they're the
Really?
favorite because of Justin Herbert. That's why.
this is why I
Makes
think
sense.
why I agree with you. It might be the best game in the playoffs.
Might be.
Might be because Jags are on a roll,
Hell yeah.
right? Chargers, yeah, they lost, one game, but they were on a roll too.
Yep.
I think this is gonna be a
Bro,
crazy
Justin
game.
Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence, bro, is
Yeah.
two up and coming quarterbacks, two of maybe two quarterbacks that could be the best two quarterbacks in the next 5 years. They could, bro.
Trevor Lawrence has
They're
been
up
going crazy, dude. These past few games.
Yeah. You could argue that the Jags have the better coach, the Super Bowl winning coach. Brandon Staley for the Chargers, since he's been there, his name's been mostly surrounded by like bad decisions and drama.
Mm.
You could take your pick a quarterback who has a better quarterback. You could take your pick, but I think the Jags has a better coach. That gives him the advantage. He's more battle tested.
I don't know.
I just feel
man.
like the Chargers are known for choking. Like with that coach, I feel like they're known for making bad decisions. I feel like this is Trevor Lawrence's game. He's gonna win.
They have a lot of injured fucking wide receivers for the Jags, but Christian Kirk and Zay Jones.
Both
have been
teams
nice.
both teams are pretty injured.
Yeah, but I feel like
Chargers are always in.
Chargers have like better weapons. Have came back, especially on the receiving end.
But one big concern about the Chargers is Mike Williams. He's
That's-
questionable.
yeah, you need that.
He's literally, you could argue he's the best receiver, but
But-
okay, let's say even if he's the second best receiver,
Yeah.
Herbert the whole year did not look like Justin Herbert unless he had Keenan and Mike playing with him.
Recently.
If he had one of them, okay, he'd still be playing well. But when both of them were out, they were struggling a lot. So if Mike Williams plays this game, I think it'll be a very, very close game.
I mean, I don't
If
know.
Mike Williams doesn't play, because he's a big play receiver, he's the ones that when you're 3rd and 10, when you're like 2nd and like 11 or like
Yeah.
whatever, 3rd and 15, you need to get a big play. Mike Williams is that guy. You throw it up to him,
I
he'll catch
understand.
that ball. So
But also, Justin Herbert has been playing with backups for majority of the season.
You're not going to win a playoff game
No, I
winning
know,
with
I know,
playing
I
with
know.
backups.
But they can perform at nights. Like they don't look like backups. They all click together and they look like a solid team.
the only
Josh
one
Palmer and DeAndre
I was gonna
Carter
say-
have been playing nice.
nice,
And
yeah,
they got
nice,
and
but
Eck-
they're
and
not Mike
Eckler-
Williams and Keenan Allen.
I know, and Eckler is also
He's a running back.
Eckler's
great. No,
nah,
I know,
but he's a-
but
he's a big
good
factor.
He's a
Oh,
big factor. And
I
he can put up,
agree.
he
I
put up
agree.
like 3 touchdowns last time.
When they played in 2019, he had the most triple or the least passes to have triple digit yards. I think it was 12.
In my opinion, I'm sticking with Justin Herbert in this matchup. I think he's the better quarterback.
I don't know. I feel like
I think
Jaguars
Trevor
really
Lawrence.
could win this.
Both quarterbacks had over 4,000 yards, and both quarterbacks had 25 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
Very similar stats.
They not even just QB, bro. Like their teams are so similar right now.
Yeah.
I would say if Mike Williams plays, I'm picking Chargers.
Justin Herbert had to deal with more injured
Both-
players around him. That's
Both
that's why I'm
teams,
giving
both
him-
teams are 5-3 at home, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing at home. I don't know why. I just feel like they basically played a playoff game last week against the Titans to get in, a division rival. Those are not easy games.
That's true.
The Titans were the better team for some of that game, and Trevor Lawrence fought through and made big plays, and they won. So Lawrence has been playing in big pressure games his entire life. Like if you look at his record from high school to now, like he's only lost like a handful of games.
So the Titans were ass.
It's still-
the last few
it's
weeks.
still-
and the Chargers beat them
It's
too.
still basically a playoff game and
Yeah.
playoff atmosphere.
That's true.
so-
That's a division rival. I understand.
I'm just gonna pick the Jaguars, bro. I feel like they have the edge. I feel like the only thing that you could argue the Chargers have better is maybe Herbert on his day. That's it. I feel like the coaching is gonna fuck the Chargers. I'm calling it right now.
Jaguars rush defense or run defense, I don't think is adequate enough. That's something they really need to work
But the
on.
Chargers aren't like a
That's
insanely
true.
like run dominant team.
Yeah, but
When they get down, if they go down this game, they're not gonna be running the ball.
That's
They're
what I'm
gonna be
saying. If Mike
passing it.
Williams is playing, I'm picking Chargers.
All right, cool. So you
Yeah.
got all three picking Chargers.
no.
All right, cool. We'll see how that goes.
Chargers also lead the league in plays that end in at least 20 yards by the other team. They have 72 this season. So their defense might, fuck them over.
This is a game I would bet on BetUS. By the way, it's a nice matchup.
Yeah, I'm betting the Jaguars. That's my bet US pick.
I'm betting Justin Herbert 300 plus 350
I'm
yards.
putting big bucks on Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
These
Lawrence,
boys
2
dropping
passing
bags.
touchdowns.
They dropping bags this weekend.
Sorry, I'm gonna do that plus 250.
They just might-
not
they-
350.
They just might quit on us, and y'all will never see them later.
Eckler rushing touchdown.
Nah, it's not happening.
Everyone bet in the house, and
Let's
move
see.
into the highlights.
This is a good time to insert the gambling hotline. Please call if you need help.
Let's move on to the next marquee matchup, the playoffs. Vikings versus Giants.
Vikings.
Will the Vikings fumble another game after taking a lead, or just openly let
I think
everyone
so.
score?
This
them
is
for
gonna
like
tell a
3
lot
quarters?
about-
I think so.
This is gonna tell us a lot about the Vikings, man. They've choked so many games
So many.
that they're supposed to win.
I don't even
and
know
if
how
they
they're
do
13.
this-
I don't know how they're 13-4.
If they do this, this is something like
I mean,
Vikings
we
are
already
gonna-
know the Vikings are serial chokers. Like
Yeah,
every
but
year they do this. They do an amazing regular season, and then as soon as it gets to the playoffs, shit the
But
bed.
I just think that Vikings are still a better team than the Giants, and they should be winning. But I just don't think they will because they're chokers, man.
But the Giants aren't chokers.
But Giants have this thing is they have nothing to like,
They do have nothing to lose.
nothing to lose.
And they are very aggressive and physical.
yeah,
Team. The Vikings defense is literally like one of the worst defenses in the entire league. And the Giants, even if they're playing the Giants, and then the Giants are playing like the worst game of the season, they're gonna beat you up. They're gonna run
Yeah.
through you. They're gonna push you
Saquon,
over.
man.
They're gonna make
Saquon,
it
man.
dirty. They're gonna cause turnovers. That's just what their coach instilled into them. Like they're
They're
a
a tough
hard nosed team.
They're a tough.
So if the Vikings aren't on their game,
Yeah.
this could be a dangerous ass game for the Vikings.
I don't think they will be. They have a lot of injuries, especially on the receiving.
I think
And Adam Thielen's questionable. Hawkinson's questionable.
I think
Irv Smith is questionable.
yeah.
I think they'll play.
I don't know, bro, because the
I-
Vikings defense,
They only got Dalvin
the
Cook.
Vikings defense allowed 380 yards to Mac Jones. They allowed 360 yards to Mike White, and that was like in the past 2 or 3 games.
See, I don't
Their
know.
defense is so bad, and if the Giants can key in on Justin Jefferson, which in all the
They do.
losses of the Vikings this year is when Jefferson has had a bad game.
Yeah.
Like when he's locked up, when he's getting doubled and sometimes tripled the entire game, who else is Kirk Cousins going to throw to? Kirk Cousins gets very, like he gets tunnel vision.
Yeah.
When Jefferson's not there, he doesn't know what he's doing. He checks down to the tight end every
But
time.
think about Giants as well. Like, yeah, Vikings defense is trash. Giants is also like right there too. Their
Yeah.
defense is bad too, but I think ultimately if the Giants win, they're gonna win because Saquon. Simple. They're
That's
they're
very true.
they're top 5 in rushing.
Just keep giving it to
And-
Saquon, see what he can do, bro.
The Vikings are just can't defend the
They're
run.
they're literally relying on Jefferson
Yeah.
way too much. He almost had 2,000 receiving yards. Like
I
that
don't-
should tell you how much they rely on him.
I really don't
This
know
is
who to
also-
choose, but
This is at home for the Vikings, right?
It's in a dome.
Dude,
I really don't know
Vikings
who
at
to
home are
choose,
crazy.
but I don't know, man. I want to go with the Vikings,
Hey, bro.
but
I've seen Kirk Cousins under the brightest lights. I've seen
and
what he does.
Chokes, yeah, I know. I've
I've seen what
seen
he does firsthand, all right?
it. I've seen it. I've seen it.
I'm going to pick the underdog again. I want to pick the Giants.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna pick the Vikings. They're 40 and 18.
Bro, anything can happen
At
in the
home.
playoffs.
I'm
40 and 18
I
at
don't know,
home.
at any point, the Vikings defense can just open up and let you do whatever the fuck. You
Yeah,
want.
but at the same time, Jefferson could go get like
yeah, and
200
then
yards.
he lock up, and Dalvin Cook
So
will
it's a-
fucking
if they,
drop
just
like
a
a
big
I think
toss-up,
I think
man.
Dable is a good enough. I think
Dave.
Dable's a good enough coach to where he keep it simple. I think he said it in a press conference or something. He was just like, "We keep it simple. This is not rocket science. We're gonna give the ball to Saquon. Let Saquon do what he wants to do, and which I think he's smart enough to do. I think Dable will be like, we're just gonna double Jefferson the whole game.
Yeah.
That's smart.
If you guys can figure out how to beat us like that, good game.
Yeah,
That's a game plan. It's not rocket science.
at that point, they should just go revert to fucking Dalvin Cook, and it's just gonna be a fucking running game on both ends.
It might be. It might be. So I mean, let's see what happens. Bro.
Both
I'm
crazy
gonna
running backs.
I'm gonna go with a tougher team. I think the Vikings are a little too finesse for my liking. I like a little grit.
I think it's kind of sad that
going
we.
Giants.
It's kind of sad that we think it's a toss up because it's a 13-4 team, man. That's crazy.
Bro,
13-4
I don't want to
team.
say fraudulent. I don't want to say
shoot them. I think JJ said that.
they shoot themselves in the
Jefferson-
foot
yeah.
a lot, and they're still 13-4. Like
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number. Maybe 7 or 8 games, like one possession games.
One possession games. Yep.
Not like last season they had the same thing and they lost all those games. This year they just won on the one possession games. That's not
That's
a,
improvement.
that's
I'll
not
give that to them.
okay, but it's not a
winning
great
recipe.
sign that every single game you're in is a close game. That's not a good sign.
No,
That means
it
you don't
means
have a knockout punch. It
You play down to your opponents.
means you don't
and-
have a knockout punch. So
Yeah.
why can't the Giants win?
or that you can maintain the lead. For the
I'm
rest-
picking the
you know,
Giants. I'm just
Control
gonna
games.
go out there and
you need
say
to
it.
control games in the playoffs.
What do you
Can't
guys?
just
What do you guys think?
let it run.
Final picks.
This is a tough. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy. All their wins are like
That's a
other than Green
I
Bay.
got-
I'll take Vikings.
I got
you know
I
what?
got I got hope. I got hope in the big blue.
I'll take Vikings.
Yeah, same here.
Can't do Giants, bro.
Damn.
That's-
What,
that's
41
two-
to 17?
That's 2 in a row. Y'all all picked one team, and I'm the only one who picked the
Let's
underdog.
see what happens.
We'll see what happens, huh? I hope that doesn't happen this next game. This could be the best game if the Jaguars Chargers doesn't live up.
Yeah.
This could be the best game.
Bucks Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Tom Brady's.
I was about to say Tampa Bay, Tom Brady.
Tampa Bay Brady's.
The
What's going
Brady's.
What's gonna happen here, guys?
Will Brady lose in the first round of playoffs? For the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say don't say ever because it's happened
For
before.
the first time in a very, very long
Y'all remember
time.
remember the last time he lost in the first round?
Who was it against?
Remember he threw that pick? It was on the Patriots. I think it was against the Titans.
Oh yeah.
It was against the Titans. Remember we were watching that game. He threw that pick and we were like, "That was the last throw of Tom Brady's career as a Patriot."
Yeah. And then he came back and fucking.
And he came to the fucking Bucks the next season, unfortunately. But
I think it's tough right now for the Bucks because most of their line is injured. Nick Levert, Robert Haynes, and Josh Malkin all out.
yeah, both teams have some
So,
injuries.
He does need that,
They're-
pass protection.
they're
because
playing
He's taking
at-
his time.
They're playing at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
and the Cowboys are favored by 2.5.
Yeah.
I think 2.5's good. I think it's a good spread because I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
Listen, Cowboys are chokers. They've always been chokers since the history, right? And I'm just looking at history. It's Tom Brady. I'm taking Bucks. That's just me.
Just straight out.
Tom Brady, the refs.
I think you just hate the
I think
Cowboys.
no,
The
no.
GMs.
I think
Yeah, I was like, ah.
bro, even
like, hold on.
bro, even from last week, like Dak played the whole game, played ass,
Terrible,
right?
terrible,
It
terrible.
happens.
I have a lot of stats right here to back up what your claim right now on Dak.
And
This is
I
very
don't
true.
know, bro.
For that game at least.
Dallas has always choked in the playoffs. They can be the juggernauts of the regular season all they want, but have always choked in the playoffs. So I just don't. I don't see them beating Tom Brady, even though they're trash right now.
The Dallas Cowboys are 0-7 against Tom Brady in his entire career. In his entire
Interesting,
career, the
bro.
Cowboys have never beat Tom Brady.
Interesting. That is crazy.
This weekend, that changes.
Ooh.
The Cowboys are gonna beat Brady.
It's a Cowboys year, bro. It's a Cowboys year.
I don't know how. I don't know why.
I disagree.
But this is the year. Brady has been playing like shit
Actually,
the whole year.
if his line,
They got a little bit of momentum at the end of the year, which might be the reason that they go off, right? It might be the reason go off.
yeah,
I just think the Cowboys have too much talent.
I got a question for y'all. If Brady loses first round, does he retire?
I think he should.
But does he?
I don't think so.
I think he'll play another year.
I think
He already
90.
lost his
I think
family and
90%.
everything,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Right?
I think
like
what
what,
else-
what else does he have to
I
do?
think-
single. And
I think
What else does he have to
90%
do?
he'll play again, but I think majority of like NFL fans, he'd be like, why?
Why?
Like what do you have to prove?
Well,
say-
actually,
But he could just want to be like, I don't have
Just
any
play.
any loyalty to the Bucks. I just want to go to a different team and win a ring.
if
He could go to the Niners and win a ring next year. He could go to the Raiders.
he's
He could
still,
go to a lot of teams
he's still
next
playing
year.
at a high
Surprised
level.
he
I
said
think,
Saints.
and like
He could go to the Saints. It's possible.
he's playing at a high level, and even in the fourth quarter, he can still like get passes going when his back against the wall. He's still getting done. It's not like he has declined or anything.
He's declined a
And-
little bit, but
a
not
little
to
bit.
the
No,
point.
that's understandable.
Not to the point where it's
Yeah.
like he
But
can't be an NFL
his
He's
quarterback.
still
team's
put up like
declined.
yeah. He,
The
no,
Bucks
we've
declined.
been saying
He's
that.
declined.
I don't know for sure.
No, we've
But,
been
like,
saying that.
It's not the same Bucks as it was last.
It's not the same Tom Brady either.
We've
Of
been
course.
we've been saying
Tom
that
Brady's
for the
35
season.
years old.
That
45.
his team
40,
is
45.
banged up and all that. But look, I mean, the Bucks got the better roster in this matchup. Got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, maybe Julio Jones. I've been saying maybe for like the whole season.
I think the Cowboys are gonna
But-
win, but the only thing that could help the Bucks like win in my eyes is like the past 2 years the Bucks have always been one of the better defenses at like especially at blitzing at quarterback pressuring the
Yeah.
quarterback. They were over 50% blitz rate the past 2 years. This year they're only at 30% blitz rate. You know why? Because our offense is trash. You can blitz that much and pressure the opposing quarterback that much when you know your offense is really good. And if you mess up, then your offense can carry the load and pick up wherever, right? But this year they haven't done that because the offense is so bad. They're only blitzing high 20s, low 30s, like that percentile. So that just tells you the coach is not that confident in Tom Brady.
But I also think like
I don't know. I
whenever,
feel like
whenever
whenever
it's
they're
Brady,
blitzing, that's when the Bucks are at the best when they're blitzing. And they're sitting back, it's not that amazing.
I also think when Tom Brady's being rushed the most and not getting as much time as passing for the season,
Yeah.
they lose.
You can't. Tom Brady is
If you keep
45.
rushing him and
He's not gonna want to take hits. He doesn't want to take hits.
Their biggest weakness right now is the line too. So
That's like
they're
it's like
very
it's like
vulnerable
basic
in that
football. If you
area.
pressure the quarterback, you're gonna
Yeah.
win. You're pressuring an older quarterback who
Yeah.
definitely doesn't want to get hit.
Yeah.
Because to be an elite quarterback, you got to stand in there, take hits.
Yeah.
You got to make the throw, and you still have to get leveled at the same time, like within milliseconds. So I don't think Brady wants to do that. He always throws it into the dirt, throws out of bounds.
We talked about how Tom Brady, like what would happen if the Bucks lose, right? What
talk
happens
about-
if Dallas
Yeah,
loses? Like
exactly.
what's gonna happen there?
Tom Brady can't lose when
I mean,
he
what
has
what
the
do you
refs
mean?
with him.
Like
Like does something happen within the organization? Like
something
someone
changing?
does changes happen? What
I think
happens?
if the Cowboys lose in an embarrassing fashion, McCarthy's gone.
Yeah, you need a new quarterback.
Yeah.
You need a coach at
And
that point.
if
I think
they lose and it's not like a close ass game, like a Brady win, like right at the end, some bullshit, or like close win somehow, it'll probably stay. But maybe if they lose embarrassingly, they fire McCarthy and they go after Sean Payton. Sean Payton's from the Parcells tree. Sean Payton was at the Cowboys in the beginning of his career,
is he
so
talking to Broncos?
they want to talk to him. He's not talking to anybody. No one can talk to Sean Payton until January 17th. They're all inquiring, but
It's
they're
like
not.
5 days.
They're not. They're not allowed to talk to him until then. So we'll see what happens with that. But
Also,
go ahead.
no.
I was gonna say.
gonna say
My
something
my
else.
last point is like the thing that concerns me about the Cowboys, even though I picked him to
Yeah.
win, is Dak has been playing
Playing
pretty bad. Like not
pretty
even
bad,
like
bro.
not even like like if
Not
he
even.
he has a career high 15 interceptions this year, and he didn't even play the whole year. He missed 4 or 5 games, and he still has a career high interceptions, which is insane. He has a pick in his last 7 games, and 4 of those 7 games he has 2 picks.
Yeah.
And my last thing, Dak is a minus 180 to throw a pick this game.
Damn.
That means he basically has a 60% chance of throwing a pick
Damn.
in a playoff game.
That's
Think about if you gave your quarterback, what was it like? Is it 70 million?
All I know is a bag.
40
It was a
mil-
bag,
It
bro.
was a big bag.
A stupid bag, and he's predicted like he's a favorite to throw a pick in a playoff game.
Let's see the bag. What's the bag for that?
160 million.
Yeah,
Come on,
that's a
bro.
big bag.
160 million. I don't think that
4 years.
Dak is never worth
I don't know,
160
man.
million.
That's the reason.
126 guaranteed.
Dak is my main concern for the Cowboys,
Yeah.
and if they win, he has to play a really really good game. He has to throw like under 30 passes for them to
You
win.
think Dak can get moved? If he does like
Terrible.
terrible, bro.
It's possible.
I
It's
doubt
hard to move that
It's hard,
contract.
it's hardly like.
It's hard to move that
yeah.
contract unless they have like a Tom Brady coming in.
Yeah.
Like unless Tom Brady was like, if you guys get rid of Dak, I'll come in. Then Jay Jones probably be like, all right, bet. Dak, sorry,
I
bro.
bet.
Dak, I'm shipping you to Washington. Like, I
Nah,
don't
bro.
know.
It all depends on how this playoffs run
Yeah.
is going to
That's what
go.
I'm saying. It's,
Because they
could
did
be
go
the best
12,
game.
12 and 5.
could be the
during
best
regular
game, bro.
season, second in the NFC.
yeah, they
4
almost
and 2.
caught. They almost caught the Eagles.
Yeah.
Almost caught them.
Almost.
If the Cowboys didn't lose the
But-
Jags, could have been the number 1 seed.
Yeah. But what I was going to add to what you said about Dak Prescott is the only thing he's surrounded by like great weapons, and they added T.Y. Hilton. Y'all remember T.Y. Hilton?
I remember T.R. Hilton. He made
The
He
dog.
just came back.
He
and
made- he
started
made-
cooking.
he made the game changing play against the Eagles.
Exactly.
What was that? 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20.
He's a dog.
Over
bro.
the top 25-yard throw.
He just came
He
back.
can still do it.
And on top of that, C.D. Lamb been going off this season.
Yep.
See him is
Gallup
nice.
has been nice.
Mhm.
Noah Brown's been nice.
Is-
All Dak Prescott got to
Is-
do is make the right
Is
decision.
Tony Pollard going to be back?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have every
The
single
Cowboys
weapon.
have every single piece to win this game.
And Elliott.
I'm just saying,
Oh, yeah.
the only way the
And
Cowboys
Cooper Rush.
can win is if
that referee bullshit for
Is-
Tom Brady.
I mean,
I think.
That's known.
that comes
That's
hand in
given.
hand.
That's
That-
given.
That's like implied at this point. We don't have to talk about that. That's literally implied.
Don't touch Tom Brady.
The Cowboys cannot throw the ball more than 30, 35 times. That's how you lose. Every single game you look at, the Cowboys losing this season is when Dak throws that many passes, like 40 passes.
Yeah.
They need to rely on the running game. So
And just like
Tom Brady, get ready to retire, buddy.
Yep.
You're done. All right.
But-
Cowboys are going to take care of you.
the refs will take care of you
I
too.
do not agree.
And like Chris Evans said, it's Tom Brady. What do you want me to do?
It's not happening.
Anyway,
I'm picking Cowboys. Who y'all picking?
you know,
I'm picking Tom Brady and the Bucks.
wow.
Give me the Cowboys. I want to be
Wow.
wrong. I just want to be wrong. I don't want him to go far.
In that jersey,
I
you
want
say
him to see him
Cowboys.
lose.
In that jersey that says Washington, you're gonna pick the Cowboys.
Hey, we beat him,
Okay.
so it's okay.
All right. I guess you root for them in the playoffs.
That's their trophy.
Yeah.
We beat the Cowboys trophy.
Let's go, Brady. Let's go.
So 2 Cowboys picks, 2 Bucks picks. All right, it's good, evenly split. You know, that's what I see. Another division matchup.
Mm.
Last matchup we're gonna be talking about:
Mm-hmm.
Ravens versus the
I
Bengals.
think that's the best matchup so far.
This one,
Yeah.
I think it's the worst matchup.
Lamar's still out. Fuck.
That's why.
Yeah, I was like,
I just- I
if
just
Lamar
forgot.
was
I was
in,
like-
if Lamar was in, it was gonna be like top 2, top 3. I was like,
I just
nah,
remember that last
so-
game they played. I was like, wait, Lamar
Bro.
was not there.
This is
Yeah.
bro, so where Lamar's leaving next year, most
If he
likely.
doesn't get the bag,
I
If
think
he doesn't
I
get it
think it's
back.
50-50. We'll talk about we can talk about that afterwards. After this,
No,
let's,
but-
let's, get
but
to,
like-
let's get to the game real quick.
what they have seen and what they're gonna see with this game, if they don't win, they're gonna have to give him the bag. Otherwise, look what they're stuck with.
Or then trade him and get another pick from some bad team and draft a new quarterback.
But
But
Lamar has been
They have,
everything.
there's a
for them.
lot of teams. with a lot of
Lamar
good picks.
been
won
the
an
whole
MVP
thing.
for them in his second season, and this is his 5th season that they don't want to give him
Yeah.
a really big contract.
That's just
Mahomes
dumb.
got it in his 3rd year. I think Allen got it already. I think Herbert might have gotten it. I'm not.
I don't think so.
Maybe not, but Dak got it, right? All these big Jared Goff got it. Why? Why are the
Why not
Ravens
Lamar?
hesitant to pay Lamar the bag?
I don't know what is it that they see. In
They
their-
drafted him and they knew he was a running quarterback. Now that he ran and like won games for you, over 70% of his games he's wins. You don't want to pay him? I don't get it. If I was Lamar, I said this, all right? I said this a few weeks ago. Lamar, get out of Baltimore.
Washington.
Nah, get out of Baltimore, buddy, and
Drive 40 minutes down.
you could
You could even keep the
take
crib.
a 8-hour flight to Louisiana.
Shopping
chilling.
Lamar Part 2.
What you
chilling
gonna
in
do
black
in
and gold.
Louisiana? Fucking.
Yeah.
What do you do in Louisiana? I can't even think of something.
What do you do in Washington?
Whatever you want. We in
Oh, see,
DC,
yeah, now it's
whatever
nation's
you want,
capital, baby.
Now it's whatever you want.
You
Nation's
got, you
capital.
got.
Are you not proud to be American, bro?
Yeah, bro.
You're asking me what is there to do in Louisiana?
not proud to be
And I
American.
ask you. Yeah.
It's all musky down south. You got gators to worry about. Fucking just
Stop.
people.
It's not Florida.
Why?
You're talking about Louisiana.
Leave Lamar alone.
Y'all don't got swamps,
You think Louisiana is a big old swamp, the whole state?
basically. That's how it's depicted in every single movie.
Apologize to this thing.
I've never been there.
This is a uneducated American fan right here. This is
American.
this is
public
majority-
schooling failed me.
majority of America right here.
Listen,
Stereotypical.
Like,
I'm going with the Ravens.
What?
I think
Wait.
I think this is gonna be the upset of this playoffs. The Ravens, the backup quarterback, will lead them to victory.
You saying that for views or like? You actually
No,
do that?
I'm saying this for real, bro. I'm picking the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens.
This is the Bengals
Right?
that beat the Chiefs last year.
Cincinnati Bengals will be removed from the playoffs this upcoming week.
All right, guys. Well,
They will.
Yo, I'm dead.
Okay.
And when I come back
why? Why?
for this podcast,
Why?
Why? Why do you say that?
I have a gut feeling.
A gut feeling. You sure
A
it's
gut
not acid?
feeling.
Okay,
A
name
gut feeling.
one Ravens
I don't.
wide
Okay, first
receiver.
before you even finish that, I don't need to name.
one Ravens
I don't need
wide
to name
receiver.
anyone.
You just have a feeling.
I just have a feeling.
Okay.
Shut.
This will be the upset of the whole playoffs.
Put money on it. Money on it.
I'll put my money on Bet US, not give it to him.
All right.
A trusted source.
Make your
where you
bet.
can get-
Make your bet US pick, and we'll post it, and we'll see. This is how confident
I'm confident, bro.
our co-host is.
Okay, maybe I'm like 90% confident, but I'm confident.
90% is a lot.
I just feel
I don't
like,
have to look at any stats. Nothing. The whole page is irrelevant to me.
come on, bro.
The Bengals have Joe Burrow, and the Ravens have Tyler Huntley.
Okay.
That's okay.
We know who wins.
The Ravens.
More likely than not, the better quarterback.
Joe Shiesty is gonna win.
Joe Shiesty.
His reign is over.
Who's reign?
Whose reign?
Joe
Burrow?
Shiesty, bro.
It's just
like
begun.
one
bro.
year,
It's-
like
it's done.
Nah,
I don't think it's even that. I feel like the Ravens in that last matchup, they
This-
kind of did the job on offense. It's just the defense
This is also
played
a
terrible, and they allowed
primetime
a lot
game.
of sacks.
It's also a primetime game, 8 o'clock game on Sunday.
Yeah,
I don't think Tyler Huntley's made for the bright lights.
no, it's really not that Tyler Huntley. I mean, he put up good yardage against them. They
Bro.
put up more passing yards.
They
more
were
rushing
down
yards.
like
I
17-0.
know. I understand that, but their defense is terrible. The Ravens' defense is the only thing.
How
and
how
I
can
know-
you guys pick the
I know,
Ravens?
on
The offense is terrible
on-
and the defense is terrible.
on offense, if they actually do get it done and he doesn't throw, hopefully he doesn't throw interceptions, and they don't allow sacks, the Ravens can win.
The Bengals are the 7th rated team in points scored per game, so they can score their ass off, and they're the 6th ranked defense in terms of points allowed.
Whoa.
But the Ravens still allowed.
But Thurman has a feeling.
Yeah, but
Thurman
this
has
guy
a
has a
feeling.
feeling.
I feel
That's
it.
why the Ravens are gonna win. All right, well, I'm picking the Bengals, but I don't got much to say.
Yeah.
I think the Bengals have a better roster from top to bottom, especially with Lamar out.
I'll go with Ravens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm
We'll go
going.
with Bengals. We'll go with Bengals.
I'm going with the
What's wrong with
Ravens.
these
We're only
folks?
idiots. We're only
I'm
idiots.
going
There
with
needs to
the-
be facts.
I'm
This is check the facts and we trusting guts.
I'll bet you a case of Mountain Dew.
You mean diet? You mean diet, dude?
Diet, sorry.
Diet, dude.
I'm going with the Ravens. 23-27.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm not going with that.
Maybe not that high, but
Yo.
I'll say 2023.
Yo,
To be
I'm
honest,
dead, bro.
2023. That makes more sense.
Game-winning field goal.
Like
Yeah.
a 17.
Stay
23.
tuned. We'll keep y'all up to date on
Yeah.
who's right and who's wrong.
It's gonna be an exciting playoff.
So what are you gonna do if they lose?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What do you mean? What I'm going to do if we lose?
Like if it doesn't happen, I want some sort of countermeasure for you.
What you do?
Joe Shiesty jersey.
You can decide on that. I don't know.
You don't want that. You don't want us to decide.
Well, what are the options?
I bet.
No, you see,
You will
want us to
know-
decide.
check the stats, fans. Our Instagram will have Thun's punishment. We'll put up a poll, see what you want to do.
Punishment, yes.
Okay. Okay.
See, that should wrap it up
We'll
for
punish you.
our.
We'll punish you.
For more
We'll punish you
punishment
on the gram.
For more punishment. For more punishment. I'm gonna put $500 on the Ravens. No, I'm not doing that. There's no way I'll do that.
I think that wraps it up for our playoff predictions. We will be back after this wild card round.
Ravens flock, baby.
Let you get.
Is that it? Flock?
Let you.
Yeah.
Let you do that.
You a Washington fan?
Hey, they're Baltimore, bro.
Oh,
He's a
it's not.
DMV fan. He's DMV.
DMV, bro. I'm not. You know.
I'm loyal.
I'm not against my area like
don't root-
these.
Yeah,
These
I don't
people.
root for my neighbors. I don't root for my neighbors' teams.
I'm not against our area like these people. I rep my city.
I don't do all
I
that.
rep.
Yeah.
He reps.
Yo, end the episode, bro.
Alright,
What's
bro.
going on here?
Well,
That's fucked up. Commanders at home. Who put that in?
Yeah,
there?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
Who put that in there?
I wonder who did.
That's funny. Though.
I didn't do it. I mean, y'all home. You're home. Not going to any games. Should go to the Ravens games. 100 capacity. All right. So
Dude, check the stats.
I will let you guys go and not hear any of this nonsense. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. If you did enjoy this episode and want to let us know what you think about it, you can always leave a review on Apple Podcasts or any other streaming platform. We're available on all of them, or even YouTube. You know, we're there. If you're not watching us there already, right? To stay up to date on all things sports, you can follow us on any social media platform at Check the
Nice.
Stat 5. Nice. I'm Hamza along with Harry, T-Ray, and Dodge. Check
Also,
the stats.
would you like to get a free bonus, 128% bonus?
28 under 28.